Salvete omnes. Hodie legemus partem vigente septem de libro cuius nomen est Ritchie's Fābulae Facilēs. Incipiamus. Pars vigente septem. The fate of Pholus. Postquam reliqui fugerunt, Pholus ex spelunca egresus est, et corpora spectabat eorum, qui sagatis interfecti erant. Magnopere autem miratus est, quod tam levi vulneri exanimati erant, et causam ius rei quarebat. Adiit igitur locum, ubi cadaver cruiustam centauri iacebat, et sagitam e vulnere traxit. Haec tamen sive casu, sive concilio deorum, e manibus ius lapsa est, et pedem leviter vulneravit. Ille ex templo dolorem gravem per omnia membra sinsit, et post brevi tempus vi veneni exanimatus est. Mox Hercules, qui reliquos centauros secutus erat, ad speluncum rediit, et magno cum dolore folum mortuum videt. Multis cum lacrimis corpus amici ad sepulturum dedit. Tum, postquam alterum poculum vini exhaustit, somno se dedit. So after the others fled, fugerunt, Pholus came out of the cave, so spelunca's ablative there to go with X. Egresus est looks like a past passive participle plus S construction, but remember, egresus comes from egredior, which is definite. So it's got an active meaning there. So Pholus came out of the cave, or egressed from the cave, and he was looking at the bodies, neuter plural accusative, their bodies, which had been killed, interfecti erant, past passive participle plus erant, so pluperfect meaning, had been killed by arrows. We've got the ablative there. He marveled, miratus, and this is another definite one, so miror is to be amazed at. So miratus est, as he was amazed greatly that they had been killed, exanimati erant, pluperfect, by such a light wound. We've got ablative here for levi and vulnere. Et causam ius rei quarebat, and he was seeking the cause of this thing. He went, therefore, to the place where the body of a certain centaur, so quiusdom there is the genitive masculine singular form of quidam, meaning a certain. So the body of a certain centaur, also genitive, was lying, and he pulled the arrow out of the wound, e vulnere, ablative there. However, this, so we've got the feminine singular demonstrative pronoun there, meaning the arrow. So this, the arrow, either by accident, sive casu, ablative there, or by the counsel of the gods, or the plan of the gods, we've got ablative there as well on concilio. It fell, the arrow fell, and we've got another definite there for labor, labi, lapsi, sum. So the arrow fell out of his hands, e manibus, so we've got the plural ablative there, and it's out of his hands, and wounded, vulneravit, lightly, leviter, that little iter ending is to tip you off, it's an adverb, and lightly wounded his foot. That one, meaning Pholus, immediately ex templo sensed a grave pain, dolorem gravem, per omnia membra, through all his members, et post brevi tempus, and after a short time, Tempus here is in the neuter accusative to go with post. He was killed, exanimatus est, by the strength. So we've got vis there, so we is the ablative, by the strength of the venom. So veneni is ablative. Soon Hercules, who had followed, so we've got a pluperfect meaning here on secutos erat, and secutos comes from sequor, which is another definite one. This is the grammar concept they're covering in this section, evidently. So Hercules, who was he following? The rest of the centaurs, so we've got plural accusative there. He returned to the cave, and with great sorrow, cum magno dolore, sa, pholum mortum, pholus dead. So mortuum is an adjective here, and it matches pholum. It's in the accusative, because that's what Hercules is seeing. He gave the body of his friend, corpus amici, to the sepulchre with many tears. Ad sepulturum dedit, I'd say here is an idiom. You'd probably want to translate this as he buried the body of his friend with many tears. Then, postquam alterum pocorum vini exhaustit, after he had drunk down, exhaustit, another cup, alterum poculum, accusative here, of wine, somno se dedit, he gave himself to sleep in the ablative, which you could probably get away with a literal translation like that in English, or you could say he fell asleep or he went to bed.